playing with Tera. So in this video we're going to be going over classifications and different races that you can play in Tera. So I already have it uploaded up in my PS4 as of right now. So we're going to go ahead and go into the game. And as you notice, there's a whole bunch of different graphics in Tera, and it's absolutely astounding. And here on the main board right here, it'll show you new things such as, like, there's this new costume that you can actually get this week, and I'll go over all the loot boxes in another video, but today I primarily just want to go over the races and classifications. So let's go ahead and go into play. I actually have several different character slots, and you'll see them as it starts uploading. Sorry y'all, that's my husband in the background. Alright, so if you notice in the beginning, it takes a little time for Tera to be able to upload, and reason being is because of the server. There are so many people on the server now that it's different from when I actually started playing back in 2015. And when I played, it was actually on the PC, so that was mainly what I ended up playing on, was the PC. So I'm kind of new to the console, especially the PS4. And usually I just used to play Sims and other games on the PS4. I wasn't really big into it, but when I saw on PlayStation, the store, that Tera was actually available, I got really excited. And this is about a couple months ago. I was actually able to download it, and I started going through all the different levels and being able to upgrade my character. I'm actually at a level 65 right now. So just like in my other videos, you know, if you actually follow my channel, you'll be able to see my little character Serenity. She's actually one of my favorites. She's a high elf and she's a warrior. In my personal opinion, I love the warrior, especially the high elf, because I like how agile they are and how much power they have behind them. But I can actually go back into all of that as well. So, alright, let's go ahead and go in here. Yay! Give it a minute. It takes a little while. But as you can see, it's still going. Hang on a minute. We'll wait till it pops up. Hey, there we go. Okay, so these are my three main characters that I have right now. So I have my normal girl, Serenity. She's a high elf. And then I have my Ellen. She is a level 60. So there is this ability to where you can actually buy a scroll and get your character up to level 60. I wanted to try it out because I wanted to see what the difference was between grinding and actually buying the scroll. And ever since I did that, it's not quite the same as when you go on missions and stuff and you get all those trophies and you can unlock really cool things. So she was kind of my test subject on that one. Alright, here's my other Ellen. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, she is a sorcerer, my Ellen here. And then I wanted to see what the warrior was like, but a little bit smaller. So I actually made my Ellen here into a warrior, and she's actually pretty good and very fast. It's very surprising. Not as much power as my high elf from what I've noticed when I started playing her, but she's pretty quick on her feet. But anyways, we're going to go into create a new character. Wait for it to upload. Alright, so here we are. Absolutely love this. It's so cute. Okay, so these are all the classifications. We have Castanic. If I can't pronounce it, don't make fun of me. It is what it is. So we're gonna start off with the human first. Alright, most people in the world of Tera or in the world of Tera, would say humans are probably the best PvP race in Tera. And I honestly have a different opinion because once again, I like my high elf, but that's just me. But if you actually look at them, I used to have a classification as an elf, as a human, but I ended up deleting them. You know, because I just wanted to try different races and see what they had to offer. But as you can see, they have a male version and then a female version. So, I don't know why it's doing this. My R button seems to not be working on my controller. Absolutely wonderful. I really need to get a new controller. I'll have to work on that. Well, while I tried to figure out these technical difficulties, what the heck? Alright, give me a second. I don't know why my... Alright, well, anyways, I'll have to replace my remote for the next video. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, pretty much with the human, it has a death footwork, which is active. It basically, what it does is that it decreases the chance of being stunned, or if, say for example, you're knocked down by other players, and it's for about 3 minutes. But there is a cooldown time of, I believe, 1 hour. So, and then there's also some other things that it has. There's this thing with the human race that you can actually have Velic's horn and you can transport to Velica. And in my previous video, I explained what Velica was, and I could probably, if y'all want me to, I can make another video explaining what Velica is and what it does for you. It's kind of one of those hangout spots, just like High Point. So, it's a community of basically all different levels where people go to. So, and then for the human, there's also called Indomitable Spirit, which is passive. Basically, what this does. Alright, so with the Indomitable Spirit, you have to take 10%. It takes 10% less damage from other players, but when your HP is below 30%. So remember that, okay? Another thing is that it also has a nomadic creative passive. It basically, how do I explain this? It increases light armor crafting, and the speed is at least by 10%. And I have another video on crafting as well, and I plan on going further into crafting to be able to break it down and explain to you, because I've noticed a whole bunch of videos on, you know, YouTube and Twitch and things as such, and it doesn't really go into it, you know. So most of my videos are going to be having talking about one subject and what everything does. Alright, and last but not least, there's a resilience of body, which is also more passive. So these are basically the main highlights that this character has and what it has going for him. So with the resilience of the body, it's, so you know, of course with HP, that's your health, you know, whenever you're fighting, there's potions and stuff, you can be able to raise your HP. Well, the cool thing about this classification and that it restores your HP continuously for a small amount after being resurrected. And there's scrolls that you can buy for resurrection, and I'll explain all that later on. Okay, so the next classification we have here is Little Mini Aman. So Aman's pretty cool. I kind of got bored, and this sounds horrible. Y'all don't do hate comics. Comments in below, please. Alright, so the cool thing about it is that, you know, the racial bonuses, it basically goes down to a PvE applicable version of the human racial skills, but it's mainly, you know, because the last Amon was basically standing, and it's not really, you know, how do I say, he's not really a stranger to pain. I don't know any other way to say that. And both of them are very similar in my opinion, because with the human it has death footwork and indomitable spirit, but they can both be used in PvE, different situations and things as such. So these two classifications are quite similar, but somewhat different. And just like with the Amon, you can actually go in. Of course, you have the female and the male, and you can actually choose different classifications. As you can see, this is the Slayer. It's actually, or you can end up doing the Lancer, or the Berserker. There's a Mystic. That's an Ellen, don't do that. Or the Sorcerer. Archer. Alright, in my opinion, once again, no hate comments down below. I do not like the Archer. And this is why. Okay, when you are sitting there in a fight, it's really hard because as you start going through this game, there's a whole bunch of dungeons that are very tight knit and very small spaced. So the archer's more of a supporting role, and this is kind of a classification that you want to have when you're in a group of people, maybe even 3 to 4 people. All right. And then this is the priest. He does healing, things as such. There's a lot of people who end up requesting a healer. So all these classifications, you can change them for each and every race. I did not mean to do that. Hot dang. Well, my dumb self just pressed the wrong button. Let's go back into that. Anyways, going back into the Mon. So, the main things that they have is there's a last Amon standing that's active when you're fighting and things as such. There's Tera drums. There's blooded dragons. There's no stranger to pain, and also prospector. So let me go into each and every one of these for you as I'm going back to the classification. To the race. And going back to that classification. Oh, I love the elf. Alright, so make sure you're aware of all of the stuff when you're choosing your specific race and choosing your class. Alright guys, this is very important. So last Amon standing, basically what it does is that it increases your resistance to immobilization, and when you're knocked down, when you're fighting a monster, or just depending on whatever you're doing. Alright. So there is a resistance to immobilization for knockdown for at least 30 seconds. Alright, and there's actually potions that you can take that helps you be able to resist all that, along with crystals and all that. So I can go into all these different types of things that you can do to become better in your gameplay in another video if it's requested. But going back to what I was saying. So basically it kind of has a 1 hour cooldown for the last Amon standing. Now, going down into the Tera drums, you can actually teleport to Tera, so that's kind of cool. Another thing that it has blooded dragons. It basically increases periodic damage by 10%. And this is basically a rough kind of summary of what I know about all this stuff. I didn't really play Amon that much, because like I said, I had deleted this race along with this class because I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to make sure which class and race I was comfortable with playing. For me, I like the elf along with her being a warrior. Alright, going down to blooded dragons. What this does, it's more of a passive trait. It increases periodic damage resistance by 10. And then there's also the no stranger to pain, decreases damage that is received by 10%. And also, here's another thing. When your HP is also below 30% too. So that's kind of cool. Another thing is that there's this thing called, prospector. It's passive as well. It increases your ore gathering speed. So, ore gathering. This is for when those crystals. Just like in my last video when I was explaining farming crystals and your crafting and stuff, it actually helps you be able to gather them faster. Alright, so moving on. Let's go to the High Elf. My favorite. Alright, so with the High Elf, this is actually one of my favorites, and I absolutely love this race. I do play favorites. I can't help it. So, with the elf, there's a whole bunch of different skills that you can actually do. And for me, I like the warrior. And what I can do is actually, I can, later on in this video, I can go in and show you what the high elf does on my character Serenity, and I can show you the different types of moves that she can do and things as such as well. And then I can go to my Ellen and show you what the warrior does on the Ellen as well too. So there's a male version and then there is a female version. Same thing, you know, different types of classifications. There's a Lancer, Berserker, all kinds of stuff. And also make sure you're reading these little information things on the left hand side. Alright, it's very important. It also gives you an explanation on the complexity, offense, healing, and support. This is very important. I always press the wrong button. I don't know why I do that. Alright, let me go back in there again on my Lanta. Ah, he's so adorable. I might end up doing the Pulpery as my next race. I just might. Okay, so the Castanic. So the best thing to do for the Castanic is honestly have them either be a sorcerer or an archer. It also fits well with a priest and a mystic. The thing that it has is that it has a thing called skirmish running. So skirmish running, basically what it does is that it increases your combat movement speed by, I believe, 30, but your knockdown resistance is reduced by 20%. Okay, so remember that. Alright, and then I believe it's for about 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah, it should be 3 to 4 minutes. I don't think any of this has really changed much. It's been a while. And then yeah, it's for 3 to 4 minutes until you are knocked, or until you're knocked down. Okay, and there's a 30-minute cooldown. Alright, now the thing about the skirmish running, it has one of the lowest cooldowns, but on every racial active, especially for dirty fighting, you know, things as such. And it's really useful when you have an archer. So, not the type of thing that y'all are thinking, guys. Okay, I'm basically talking strictly for Tera and this specific game. Because this game is not like any other MMORPG games, you know, it's completely different. And I like the graphics and, you know, everything that it has to offer. It may be a veteran for most MMORPG games, but by far it's one of my favorites. Obviously, because I'm still playing it. Alright, going back to the Castanic. So there's this thing called Kator drums. You can also teleport to Kator just like you can do the Amon. So I guess the Amon and the Castanic are kind of similar in that way because they could both teleport there. Alright, so there's this thing called Dirty Fighting. It's passive. What this does is that it increases your crucial hit rate by 1%, but this is only when it's attacking a target from behind. So, for example, if the monster is facing forward and then there's actually this move, I know for sure on the warrior side, you can actually move it to where you go, it kind of somewhat, I guess, teleports you to the back side of the monster and you can actually hit them. And it will actually help you in the long run having a crucial hit by 1% when attacking a target from behind. So, most of you guys don't know this about me. I have speech problems, so I do apologize. I'm actually ex-military. So, yeah, try not to make fun of my talking. But hopefully this will help all you people who are new to Tera and can be able to share the love for Tera just like I have. You know, this game is absolutely incredible. There's so much to offer. You know, there are literally so many missions, things that you can do, especially in in-game as well. And once you get a chance, if you do the missions and you talk to the different characters that it has, the time put into this game is absolutely incredible. You know, it's like they basically develop a personality for each and every character. And I think that's what has me interested in doing the missions and being able to fight different monsters. It has a lot to offer. This game really does. Alright, but going back to the Castanic. So after dirty fighting, there's this thing called light landing. What the light landing does, and it's just like it says, it basically decreases falling damage by 50%. Most classifications, you have to go out and buy a potion to drink, or there's this called etching for your armor, and I can go through the etching and stuff in another video as well, because I'm going to break these down for y'all so y'all can understand what Tera truly is and what it's all about. So hopefully it'll be able to help y'all in the long run. So you don't get so frustrated and you're just like, oh my god, I want to quit this game. It's too much. It's really not that much, honestly. You just gotta take it step by step. Alright, but going back to what I was saying. Alright, so like I said, it basically decreases the falling damage by 50%. There's also this thing called Weapon Forger. It increases the metallic weapon crafting speed by 10%. So what that means is that when you are crafting your weapons, like if you're adding on, let me see for an example. So at the end game for level 65, you actually have to increase your armor for each and every stage. There's several different stages, and I actually explained that in my video previously as well. In my other two videos, actually. So what it does is that it actually makes it faster, like the speed of it by 10%. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch all these. Same thing, you can actually come over here. Let me click on this. And you can actually choose different classifications. Yeah, the Berserker, the Mystic, JK about that, Lancer, the Slayer. These are a little bit more limited. You can still do the Warrior. That is so cool. Love that. Yeah. Sorcerer, Archer, and then of course you see all these. These are, you can't do any of these. Huh, looks like it's got a new thing on here. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so, and I did it again. Hey, I'm special sometimes. What can I say? Let me go back into this. This is ridiculous. Pulpery! He's so adorable. Legit, guys, I'm really thinking about doing this. I really want to get this race. He's so adorable. Alright. Finally, the cute, adorable character, Pulpery! Alright, so here is the explanation for the Pulpery. So if you guys notice, this down here is the Ellen character. These two are actually quite similar. They basically share the same racial skills, but those skills are not actually all that great, just so y'all know, okay? But the actual benefit to these two races is basically how small they are, and the reason is because their hitboxes are significantly smaller than other races, and the reason is because there's actually a sizable advantage in the PvP, if y'all notice it going through the game. But there is a bit of a trade-off. Of course. Neither race is actually is especially PvE oriented, if I can say that right today. So, whoop whoop. Alright, on both of these, it has and this is for both of these races. Alright, both of them, they have Soothing Presence. Basically what it does is that it prevents monsters from making preemptive attacks, but, and this is with a but, it decreases your speed movement by 40% for 1 minute. So imagine there's actually this monster on here, he looks like a little Buddha with a diaper, it's in one of the dungeons. I'll have to walk you through all of these, because I plan on doing that with my videos. I'll be doing like part 1 through part 20 or whatever, and showing you what it's like to rank up with different levels and what you can do with those levels. So I'll probably do that with each and every character. I know it's time consuming, but hopefully it'll give y'all a chance to be able to see and decide on what kind of race y'all want, along with classification, because there's a lot of different things that you can do. Anyways, I get distracted. Alright, going back to what I was saying. So, both of these races, they actually have a thing called horizontal run. This is on the active side when you're actually fighting, okay? So, what this does is that it increases your movement speed outside of combat by 20% for 3 minutes. Okay? So, for example, if you were not in combat with that particular monster or whatever you want to call it, thing that you're fighting at that moment, then your speed is going to be increased, but it's only for 3 minutes, so whoop. Alright, so there's a thing called a Velic's Horn. You can actually teleport to Velica, which is actually pretty kind of cool. My character has it as well, too, on the High Elf. It's really useful. Alright, last but not least, there's a botanist passive. So it increases your plant gathering speed. There are different types of plants that you can actually make for potions, and I'm going to do an entire crafting video, and I'll probably break it down into like 5 parts so that y'all can see what different types of things you can do for crafting. Alright. And last but not least, the Barakara! Whoop whoop. Okay, so the Barakara only has 4 skills, guys, okay? Kind of lame sauce, but it is what it is. So it has a priest for healing. There's the archer, the sorcerer, and the warrior. Yeah. I'm not too fond of this race, but, you know, I do love Tera. Alright, going back to what I was saying. So, with the Barakara, honestly, you know, there are 2 combat-oriented skills, which are nice, alright? One of them is called Ancient Wellspring. So, with the Ancient Wellspring, mind you on this, okay? It can restore all of your HP, and there's a 2-hour cooldown. That's actually pretty kind of cool, especially when you're sitting there in a fight. I remember fighting that Buddha guy with the diaper on it, and I tried doing that solo. Absolutely horrible. I got smashed. It was bad. But, yeah. So that's actually really useful, and whenever you're going out on missions or you're doing grinding in dungeons, I recommend having a healer with you, in all honesty. It's really nice and it's very useful. And give your healer some love, you know, give them like potions and things as such, and to make sure you tell them, say thank you. You know, it's not easy trying to watch 5 people, especially when one of them is a warrior like my dumb self, who likes to keep going into combat close with the monster, and I keep getting smashed down. So, I'm just saying, give the healers some love. Alright, going back to what I was saying, there's this thing called Core Renaissance. It's active. You can actually teleport to Amithia, and I will show you the different things on the map. I'll have another video for that, so you can be able to see what are the different places on the map and where you can go to and all the cool spots and things as such. So, especially for missions as well. That's really important. Alright, so there's this other thing called Gather No Moss for this particular race. Alright, so what it does is that it increases your stun resistance by 10%. Okay, so they hit you and you get backwards, you're not able, it makes you where you don't fall down and you can actually resist it, just like the crit factor. Alright, so another thing it has is time lost techniques. It basically increases your magic weapon crafting speed by 10%. Yay! So exciting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose a character. This will be fun. And I can go ahead and walk you through all of this. So on the character, I'm actually not going to create, but I can be able to show you what it does. Let's go for... My R is still not working. Absolutely wonderful. I don't know why this never freaking works. Technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties. There we go. Now it's working. Haha. That's ridiculous. Alright, so I really want to go for the human. So, actually, yeah, we're going to go for the human. Because this classification is very interesting. So, as you can see, with the human, there's a brawler. And, of course, I'm going to play the girl. I've already done warrior. I can't help it. I love the warrior and sorcerer. It's just one of my two favorites. I am not going to choose the archer. We have the lancer. The mystic. Alright, we're going to be a mystic, guys. That's what we're going to do. So I can show you all the mystic side of things. Alright, here we go. Complete. So as you can see, it'll take you to this real quick. You can actually spin it around with your R controller. See, my R controller is now working. That's insane. And we are going to go ahead. They have this option where you can do like pre-built characters. But I'm not going to do that. It's actually kind of cool. You can scroll in. So we're going to choose a different type of hairstyle. See? Most of y'all will be like, oh, this is like Sims. It kind of is, but it's actually a lot cooler. Interesting. They have different hairstyles. I'm so jelly. Why does an elf have hairstyles like this? I'm feeling the bun. We're gonna go for the bun. And because I'm crazy, I like the blue hair. Yay! So as you can see, you can change the different types of hair color on her. Alright, now we're gonna go to the face. You can change the face. Ooh, that's awful. Oh, that one's pretty. I like that one. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay then. Oh, that's cute. That reminds me of an anime character. Oh, that's got some makeup on it. I might end up going for... Where's that one? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the anime. Okay. So, we have her. Alright, there's different types of ornaments that you can have on them. As you can see, it'll change basically makeup and stuff. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Alright, so fine details. You can actually change the bone structure. Alright, they literally went into detail on the character to be able to make it your own. It's actually really cool. Alright, you can change the cheekbones, the jaw width. I like my character kind of tiny. Alright, we're gonna get to the eyes. She looking like an alien. That's kind of funny. Alright, we're gonna go to her nose. We can change her nose. All kinds of cool things. Oh my Lanta. Alright, so we're gonna go to her outfit. They have different types of outfits. Oh, that's cool. This is your in-game stuff. I like that. That's actually really nice. Alright, you can change the voice. Check us out. I'm going to go with number 5. Alright, let's enter a name. What do I want to call you? Let's see if they have hysteria. The gamer name is unavailable. Lame sauce. Trying to think of a name right now. We're just gonna go for May. Hysteria May. Why not? I'm not really gonna get into this character too much. Alright, let's complete. Alright, we are going in it. Whoop whoop! Once again, I absolutely love these graphics. They're so cool. Look at that! I have another character. Okay, so as you can see, level 1. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play her. So here is an option, okay? There's this thing that is a tutorial zone that can be skipped, but if you do, you'll miss the basic combat and you know, the control instructions as well with the story quest rewards. So for this particular character, I'm gonna go ahead and go through it, so that way y'all know what's going on. Okay? It's really extensive and very long. It's 13 levels, but we'll get through it. It'll be wonderful. I'm only doing it so that people who are new to Tera, y'all can be able to get the gist of it. Alright. Oh. Well, I guess I hit the wrong button. JK, guys. Alright, so let's take a look at you. That's so cool. I love your outfit. It's adorable. Okay. Alright, as you see on the right hand side, the Devon Uprising level 13 Oblivion Woods. So, in order to do this, this dungeon over here, you need to be at least a level 20. I'm so used to having my controls. Alright. This is cool. Alright, so as you see, there is different types of things that you sir are going to have to unlock. I still have to unlock all of these. Here's my thrall of protection. There's another character. Alright, you're going through. Alright, here's one. Alright. Look at that. That was cool. Let's go to an actual monster. This character is actually pretty strong, surprisingly. You can teleport. I'm kind of digging this. I'm really starting to like this, huh? Alright, as any good old thing, I need to adjust my board on here because it's going to drive me insane. So we're going to go down to skills, and I'm going to adjust my stuff. So. I don't know about you guys, but I have to have this. Alright, so here's a cool thing. So you go down to system, go to options, control. Alright, show extra shortcut tray. Let me show you this. Boom! You have 3 of them. Whoop whoop. Look at that. Not inventory. Yes, 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 yes. I know. Okay. Cool. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and adjust all of these. So it looks like that one's already there. It's not gonna let me move that. Okay, let me move all these up. I'm really OCD about my board and how I do things, and it just drives me crazy. And I don't want auto run because I don't need it. I just don't like it. And let's go ahead and set our board up. There's a command attack. You get the command follow. Let's go ahead and test all these out. This is the thing I was telling you about. So you can actually teleport to Velica. Alright. You get the teleport blast. I put that right there. So you can be able to access your emotes. And I'll explain emotes here in a minute. I put these up here. I just, yeah. I find them to be useless. I don't really use them that much, honestly. It's basically, however you play is how you want to set your stuff up. Oh goodness. Thrall of protection. Alright, so these guys, I usually put my mounts up here because it's easier for me. But that's just me. Alright, retaliate. Whenever you get knocked down, you have a chance of being able to get some of your HP back, and the warrior has that as well too. Alright, you have all these. Still have to unlock all of them. Oof, I'm excited. Alright, guild points. So as we go through, we're going to earn guild points. You have the chance of actually clicking on it, and you can, you're going to get a certain amount of guild points. I believe it's about 50. Should be 50 out of 50. For the human classification, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played this class. But, yeah. So when you click on this, it actually helps you, essentially, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. It makes you better at that skill. That's all. Alright, so let me show you some of this stuff. Alright, R3 is where you can focus on your target, okay? Try not to hop into other people's stuff unless they ask you to, because it kind of makes people really mad. It's just basically a respect between other gamers. We are going to attack this guy. Wow. He died pretty quickly. Huh. It's actually a really strong character. I'm kind of enjoying this. I'm having some fun here. What do you know? As you see, that was only with like 3 hits, guys. 3 hits. Wow, impressive. This is gonna be a little while for me to get there, but that's okay. My elite status is still active on here. I'm going to show you where we need to go for... Hang on a sec. Oh. Okay, my dear. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Shouldn't have tried to attack me. I haven't gotten there yet. Okay. Going back to what I was saying. So, we're gonna go to a dungeon. We're gonna go to Best of Val. Okay? So, that's a dungeon over there. Just so y'all can see where it's at. This guy. Some people are kind of funny in this game. Knock him off his feet. This thing is so cool. Alright. This right here basically helps me attack all of my enemies and stuff. It's actually really cool. I love this. Alright, going down to elite status. We're going to go ahead and summon. And I'm going to make him available. See, even though I'm goofing around. Alright, these are the emotes that I wanted to show you guys real quick. Alright, so it's just kind of different things. Yeah, so. Anyways. So we're going to go ahead and summon him. And we're going to go ahead and start flying. Alright, up here on the right hand top corner is going to be your map, guys. Make sure y'all follow that, okay? So... we need to go up here. That's where we need to go. So, that's what we're gonna do. Y'all be patient with me, it takes a little while. Ugh, I miss my dragon. This is like old school. That's fine. Beneficial for y'all. love flying mounts, and this is why, because it's a lot faster, in all honesty. Watch this, because I'm going to cut over a mountain. Ta-da! I just cut a mountain. Make sure y'all land in an appropriate area. I'm known to land from a fall from a very high height. Alright, once I show you all this dungeon, I'm gonna hop off here and I'm actually gonna play on my other character. But this is the main dungeon that y'all are gonna have to go to when you're level 20. And as I play this character, I'll be able to show you guys the different dungeons and what y'all need to do. This has horrible flight time. It really does. Alrighty, there you have it. See, people have the craziest things. Alright, here is the Boston of Lock teleporter. So, there you go. I wonder if it's gonna let me do it. See, only level 20 may enter. Alright, so you can actually go in here as well. I'm not high enough level, but you can actually go back there. So. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Another thing you can do is you can also focus on the characters and you can see what level they are. See level 20, 21, 31. So, alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm actually digging this new character. I kind of like her. I really do. Alright. Well, y'all take care. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye!